Time now to go and strip this thing from its body mods before we get through the milestone events, because, well, my Aston Martin is now up to heat level 3, and as I found out last time with the Dodge Viper, stripping your car of the bodywork, it does actually help in terms of being able to get away from the cops. And in all honesty, I figured because it worked well for me last time, I might as well do it again. Because, well, it takes the heat off my car, and plus it also technically makes the car better, which is pretty much what I want from this thing. And I did also have a close fought battle with the Porsche Carrera last time, which I thought was actually pretty intriguing. So now we are here to effectively undo the Pimp My Ride status that we have on this thing. And this thing has body kit 5. Not bad. I honestly would argue body kit 5 probably is the best. But either way, we have to get the heat level down, so that's what we're doing now. That actually makes sense. Anyway. Gotta take these off, because that is how I get the heat level to be lower and lower as we go further and further on. Okay. And I think just to reduce this down to heat level 1, I'm going to put on... I don't know. Yeah, we'll go northwest. I think that works. Okay, so that puts us down to heat level 1. And what exactly happens if I take off the vinyl? Does that reduce my heat level? Or if I put on a different vinyl? Okay, it halves it. Actually, on second thoughts, do I really need to remove the body mod? Sorry, the vinyl for this thing? I probably don't. I think this should be fine. Ah, yeah, okay. And, well, just so it takes the heat off a little bit more. You know what? I think it's fine the way it is. Yeah, okay. I think that's everything. Let's actually go and kick some ass with these milestone events. And for the first one, we need to get a top speed of 194. And of course, as ever, I have got to put on performance tuning to this thing, because that is how I get it to succeed. So no aerodynamics, and gonna put more power in both the nitrous and the turbo, because I want more power, baby. And the photo ticket is all the way up there. So, without further ado, just figured I'd reverse backwards to get a good run. And now, let's go and get that ticket. I am prepared to take a chance if that's what it takes. Okay. See if we can get there this time. Come on. There we go. It must have just been me. Okay, 203. That's our first one done, as I slammed straight into the medium afterwards. Unsurprisingly. But we got it done. And now we just have 2 to go, as our next one is up at Rosewood. North Rosewood, to be precise. Let's see if we can get there. I certainly hope by God that we can get there. And it looks like we will. We'll get there easily. With the speed of 208. So, that's 2 photo tickets down. And now we just have 1 to go. Here. At downtown Rockport. And we've got to go this way to get it. So, just to give myself more of a run, I'm going to do that. And here's to hoping we get this done. I hope. And I think we will get it done. As we set a speed of 179 for our third and final photo ticket. Okay, that's all good. And now we will return to the safe house to save the game. And after struggling initially, we did manage to get there eventually, as I have now passed 8 million on the bounty points. Can we get our pursuit targets? One can only hope. But anyway, let's go and get them. So we've got a cost to state challenge, along with a pursuit time challenge. We've got to dodge 12 roadblocks and 8 spike strip roadblocks. I know those two are not the same. Anyway, let's try and see if we can get this done. And just to be safe, I will save this game again. I know I saved it once before, but I figured I might as well save it again, because why not? And now we will get going with our pursuits.
Dispatch, Echo 10. Close amount of vehicle that just sped by me. Stand by while I attempt to stop.
And already I am up to heat level 2.
Traveling way over Pose's speed limit.
And already my superior handling is working wonders, as I almost achieve a hit and run. Haven't quite got there yet though. Hello, I'm right here.
Confirming suspect was last seen heading south.
You have not missed me yet.
1075, as soon as I get by him, we'll advise. Stand by.
Hello, I'm over here.
Charlie 2. 1023 with pursuit.
Haha, nice try.
He just blew by me. I'm on him. Shut him down. Do it now. Minimum damage. Vehicle still mobile.
Okay. We're doing well so far, and now we've got, I think that's 3 coppers on us,
Roger, Charlie 2.
so it doesn't take that long for the momentum to suddenly change. And likewise, we are still ahead of the fence. Okay, we are still keeping ourselves ahead of everyone else. How long is it going to be before we get a roadblock? I don't think it'll be too long, but we'll just have to wait and see to be sure. There's a roadblock right there. Come on, get moving, get moving. Okay, we're moving again.
Supervisor monitoring and requesting sit rep.
Echo 12. I'm on your 6. What do you need?
And now up to 5 infractions, as I have evaded my first roadblock.
VCB, I lost visual, standby.
Is this deception, or has he actually lost me? It is deception. As I blast to 2 roadblocks, dodged as I rammed through it. And they have not spotted me.
This party was last seen heading eastbound through the Valley interchange. I have a go to set up a
And we've got another roadblock up ahead. And no spike strips. Just figured I'd do that to get some more bounty. That's now 3 roadblocks I have dodged. Are you sure about that? I wouldn't be too sure if you think you've lost me.
My screen shows no hits. I repeat, no hits. Let's go home.
Yeah, I think you should say that again. And we've got another roadblock up ahead. And yep, there are SUVs involved, which means, yeah, my only way through was to trade paint with both of them. And we've got another one just up ahead. As we're now up to the 3.5 minute mark. And my superior handling is helping me out immensely at this time. Oh, and he's gone.
Pursuit units chase is now condition 4. Repeat, condition 4.
And we've got a helicopter up in the air, so...
Attention units on the code 3 chase. Suspect was last seen eastbound through the project. Call is still code 6. Switch over to TAC 2 for quadrant setup. Members are advised to reference their screens for GPS.
Come on. Yep, you've got me. And that's an SUV, which I managed to escape from right before he kills me. And he is definitely trying to kill me. And I have to make this pursuit go on for at least 9 minutes. Come on, get out, get out, get out, get out. Come on, make it, make it, make it, make it. Okay, we made it. God, this is intense. When this game is pissed, it really gets pissed. To put it simply. That's definitely not going to be the last time I have a close call. I know that is a definite surefire thing. As I hit the police station comms tower. And still getting oversteer, but able to at least give myself a shot. Oh, he just missed me. Oh, never mind, he didn't miss me. Okay. Okay. And are you going to stay with me? I certainly hope you will, because that is why I am here. Okay, we're still running good, and yep, okay, and we've got another roadblock up ahead. Are there any spikes? Nope, there are no spike strips. As I now get through, I think that was my 6th roadblock of the run that I just passed, and now we've got another one, and this one does have a spike strip. However, I dodge it from the outside, and I get through there cleanly this time. However, this pursuit is far from done, because I still need another 5 roadblocks and another 7 spike strip roadblocks. Come on, get moving, get moving, get moving. Okay, I'm moving again. The game auto-resetted for me. Once I got drilled by that SUV, the game just auto-reset for me. And I'm gonna get out of here, because that's what I do. And we've got another roadblock up ahead. Possible spike strip as well. It's not on both sides of the road. I get through there. That's now the 2nd spike strip I have dodged. And there is a chopper overhead as well. And quite honestly, we are far from done, because we still have to get to the 9-minute mark of this pursuit. And right now, I really need to make sure I get through this, and there are no no spike strips here. We get through that the way we should. And now, there is a spike strip right up ahead. And just like that, I get through another spike strip. And, oh, they wreck each other. Okay. I really need to make sure I get a pursuit breaker in this whole thing if I'm going to be successful. I need a pursuit breaker, and I need it now. And no spikes on the pavement. That's good. And now I head this way. I need a pursuit breaker, and I need it now. If it's possible. I gotta lose these fools. And that gets rid of a fair share of them. However, we are not done just yet, as I would have guessed. And we've got another roadblock up ahead. We've now passed the 9-minute mark, and we've now evaded 12 roadblocks and 5 spike strips. Actually, make that 6. So we've got 2 to go, and we still need to get another 50,000 in the cost to state. And there's another roadblock up ahead, but this time no spike strips. And we are moving along nicely. We are moving along very nicely. And spikes on the left. And right before they catch me out, I catch them out. And now we just have one more spike strip left to dodge.
Okay, lost him. I need a quadrant set up here, dispatch. So let's see if we can get him to go to ground.
Officers on the pursuit call. Suspect vehicle was last seen eastbound through the Valley interchange. Supervisor requesting you
Since there were no spike strips on this side of the road. Oh, yeah, we've got SUVs again. Of course we do. Come on, get me out, get me out. Okay, I'm out. I have freed myself. And that is now another roadblock I have just dismantled.
Attention all units. Federal authorities now controlling the pursuit.
Okay. We still need another spike strip though. We need it fast. And we're now up to heat level 5, which means we are dealing with corvettes. Okay. And we've got another one right here. It involves SUVs. And that probably did not work out for me very well. Come on, get out, get out, get out. Okay, we're out. We get out. Right before they foil me. Alright, we got the spike strips. Alright. The spike strips have now been achieved. As my voice is losing breath.
Got it now. We've got it now. A visual on multiple units closing on the suspect.
I'm gonna need some water right now. Just a second. And busting through the police station once again, and gonna do that. Just to distract them. This way. The chopper is still on me. However, the cops are not. He's still following me, but... And there's a roadblock up ahead. Okay. And we've got a spike strip as well with a trio of corvettes. We break through, and now all that's left is for us to figure out how to get the hell out of here. If I can hit this right, and I do hit it right. And now we've got our cost to state challenge as well. And no SUVs up ahead, must just be corvettes from here on out. And right before they try and stop me, they do not fool me. I could see what they were trying to do, but they were not going to catch me out. And I get more bounty for taking down a federal pursuit vehicle. Gotta make sure this one is timed right as well. And yes, it is. Okay, and now gonna hit the donut shop. That should slow them down. And hopefully that should be it. And it is not. It is not over just yet. Okay. This pursuit has now gone on for 13 minutes. And I take down the water tower to spare me some time. And right now, I really need to make sure this gets done. Let's get this thing done. And right before they stop me, I break free. And I really need another pursuit breaker sooner rather than later. And we've got another roadblock. And no spikes involved, not going to hit anything this time, because I don't need to. And I will now make a diversion this way. We're not free from the feds just yet. And... okay, I really need a pursuit breaker. I need one sooner rather than later. I think my closest one I can get to is here. Actually, scratch that. I will head over here instead. Because that is the most direct route I can take. Just to get these Corvettes off me. Okay. So the nearest one is up there. That's where I'll head. If I can hit it, that is. We should be okay. If we can hit it. I know where to look. And it's another gas station. Of course it is. Nope. Might as well get it done. And we've got another roadblock straight up ahead. And it looks like they might have just outsmarted me with that one. But at least I got rid of most of them with that roadblock. Sorry, with that pursuit breaker. And I am probably driving into a trap, but I am gonna try that way anyway, because I can. Just to see what happens. I'm probably driving into a trap, but I am prepared to take the risk. Because my nearest one is there. Okay. Can I make it? That's the real question. I think it's a punt worth taking. If we can get this right. It's a punt worth taking, in my opinion. Can I get away with it? Yes, I can. Made it. And we got over 1.3 million bounty points as a result. Let's go! We did that on our first try. And partly the reason I did that is because, well... because I stripped this thing of all its bodywork. Which it most likely didn't need for this. As we've got over 2 million bounty points under our belt. So, all in all, the pursuit lasted 14.5 minutes. We damaged 44 police vehicles and immobilized 24. We dodged 11 spike strips and 21 roadblocks. And achieved over 289,300 credits in the Cost to State challenge, and we've added another 6 unserved infractions, which means we're either at 200 or we're just a few away from 200, is what I think.
Alright, this is it. Number 2 on the blacklist is up for grabs. Toru's waiting for your call. Chump's driving a McLaren. Need to say more? Smoke him out fast.
10-4, Rog. I will make sure to do that straight away. Just as soon as I put some customization on this thing. Okay, we are good. And now that we've successfully beaten the pursuit first try and got all of our milestones, surprisingly, we're now at 89% completion, and I will save the game, as we're now up to over 10 million bounty points. I'm also pretty sure if we're going to get the longest pursuit time, then we're definitely going to have to be coming face to face with Cross, is what me thinks. I figured I might as well just take a look at this because, well, I want to. Okay, anyway, as we've evaded 49 pursuits now up to this point of the game. And where are we in terms of bounty points? Oh, we're in P1. We have now passed Razor for the most bounty points accumulated. However, these other ones, we're still not there yet, and we've still got work to do. So we're P2 in the cost to state achieved, and we're P2 in terms of total vehicles involved over a lifetime pursuit. In a single pursuit, however, we are still P4, as the most I got was with the Aston Martin DB9. Okay, so we're P1 in 2 of the rankings, but the other ones, we're either in the top 5, or we are in the top 10. Which means we have still got plenty of work to do. But anyway, save the game again just in case, because I figured why not. We pretty much know what to do at this stage. We just have to beat Toru and then get his ride, because that is the pragmatic approach I have chosen to take. However, before then, let's go and customize our ride again so we can lower the heat level. And then once we are done with that, we can then get on with racing Toru. So heading over to the shop now. And now it is once again time, once the game loads, to cue the music. Okay, the customization phase is now done. We have officially completed the Pimp My Ride stage of this game with our Aston Martin DB9. And now we can go racing. We have put the heat level all the way back down to the bottom now, and we are going to head back to the garage. Just having a sip of water before I lose my breath again. And now, let's get ourselves going with racing Toru Sato, also known as Bull. And once again, we have got 3 races to do. 1 circuit race at Oil Refinery, and then we've got 2 sprint races at both Iron Horse and Coast, and Seaside Interchange. And before we get on with these, I will save the game again, and I will stop recording for this take, and then move on to the next take. Okay? Okay. On now to the second take. So, last but not least, after we did pretty much all the customization we could do to this thing to physically bring it down to the lowest possible heat level, after succeeding with my pursuit first try, we can now race Toru Sato. We've got 3 races to do again, 1 circuit race and 2 sprints, and let's begin at the oil refinery. And as I would have figured, the oil refinery is here. And there is Toru. So let's make sure we beat the bull out of him. Pun intended. I'm also pretty sure that would make for a perfect thumbnail shot, as already I am getting bullied out the way. That was also pun intended, because, well, his nickname is Bull, and I figured I would use it appropriately twice over, because, well, why the hell not? And so far, so good. However, this is going to be a real shootout over who wins in this one, because we are both going to be keeping heels and toes on each other throughout this one. So here's to hoping we succeed in getting that SLR McLaren, or as Rog puts it, a McLaren. Even though this game unfortunately has no McLarens. Although it would be nice if it did. But unfortunately it doesn't. But whatever, it's fine. We're still in this. We are very much a contender for this one. And I have no doubts in saying that we are probably going to be going tooth and nail for this one, as we both miss the shortcut. And less than 2 minutes later, that is now the end of lap 1. As I set a 1 minute 55 flat. It is a 3-lap race, and yeah, that also had to happen. Oh We're still in this. We haven't officially fucked ourselves just yet. Even though I probably should take off the maximum nitrous and turbo settings on this thing. That's probably the main reason why I'm dominating. I think I'm actually going to do that now, whilst I have the space. Because I can. Okay. Yeah, just to make it so I'm not completely dominating. Even though that's kind of what I am doing now. But he is closing that gap. He is going to catch up to me pretty quickly. Rubber banding is pretty strong when it comes to the blacklist member racers. Or, as I honestly prefer to call them in this game, the boss racers. Because, well, that's basically what these are intrinsically. They are very much boss racers. And on the brakes and slamming into the wall. Can I please get moving again? Come on, get me moving. Okay. We're still moving. And Toru has once again spun himself out. So, in spite of all the wrecks I've had up to this point, Toru is just putting together a terrible run. And we cannot take that shortcut. Okay, that is noted. We also cannot use the gas station as a pursuit breaker either. I did detune my car for this lap, as well as most of the previous lap, because, well, I figured I wanted to, and also because, well, I figured because my car might be just a little bit overpowered with that performance tuning, I figured I just had to detune it to see what happens. So Toru is catching up to me, and it looks like he's going to be right behind me again. Is he actually going to pass me, or is he just going to make a mistake and wreck himself again, like he did before? He's right on my ass, so I think that suggests he's probably going to pass me, and he does. Figured it was just easier to give him the running room, because I figured he was going to get caught out by the wall. It's obvious to say that he's probably got too much power in that McLaren. And not going to make the short shoot, as I run straight into the wall. However, because of my superior handling, I am still out front. I was honestly trying to lose this race, but in the end, I somehow come out to win it, with a finishing speed of 140 and a finishing time of 5 minutes 42.5. Winning in the end by less than 3 seconds over Toru, even though that doesn't tell the full story of how much I basically dominated this race. I was honestly trying my best to lose, but yet I somehow didn't lose in the end, because I stayed consistent for most of that run. But anyway, average speed of 127 for me, as well as a top speed of 193. Bull's top speed was 206, and his average speed was 123. He had 4 traffic collisions, whereas I had 7 traffic collisions. And my best lap was a 152.4, whereas Toru's best lap was a 148.88. Or should I say a 140 888. Okay, anyway. That's our first one down, so let's now head over to Iron Horse and Coast. The battle resumes. Who comes out on top? We shall wait and see. That might actually be a better photo shot than the one I had before. But anyway, we're on different territory now, so I think that means things are going to get more competitive. Because, well, it's a sprint, not a marathon. My superior handling has helped me up to this point of the event, and it looks like it might just help me again, as I lead here at Iron Horse. We are running strong. This car is also powered by a V12, I think. So we are running strong. Now Aston. And almost blinded there by the sun, but able to get through without the piss filter making too much of an interference. And bullying Toru out the way there. No pun intended that time, if you're asking. And we have now made it past the halfway point of this event. And I go straight for the wall. Fortunately, however, Toru does not trick me by using the shortcut. He probably does have a car that does not really handle very well in that shortcut at the penitentiary, I think is what that is. And now my run is ruined. I have completely fucked myself with one too many mistakes. Unless I can somehow get back into this one. And it looks like I just might. I thought for sure I fucked up one too many times, but Toru basically fucked himself as soon as he got ahead of me. Virtually. This is one wild race, if I ever saw one. I've seen some wild races during my time, but this is definitely one of the wildest. But anyway, heading over the jump, and I win. With a time of 3 minutes 14 seconds and a finishing speed of 128. I outduel Bull in the first sprint race. And this time I had the advantage on top speed with 170, whereas Bull's top speed was 161, and I edged him out to the line by less than a second, or 0.93 of a second. 2 traffic collisions for him, 3 traffic collisions for me. Either way, all's the same in love and war, and ironically, I have beaten the McLaren again. And now we just have Seaside Interchange. Okay, let's go. Oh yeah, Iron Horse and Coast. That was the name of the previous one. Okay, 1 to go. Hopefully we can succeed in getting his ride first time. Even though I will also be purchasing my own car to take on Clarence. And the reason I use the name Clarence as well, because you will find out why that is the case. And I will reveal further details once we get to the last cutscene. And that was terrible. Although I did somehow get lucky with winning the previous sprint race, again in spite of my efforts in trying to lose that sprint race. Fuck off. Anyway. I have got to catch that raging bull. Again, that was no pun intended. Even though Bull technically is his name, but... well, his nickname. But either way, he's still technically Toru, and that's who I prefer to call him. They both have the same number of letters. They both have the same number of letters in the words. Okay? Okay? Okay. Oh, and there is chaos in front of me. However, Toru doesn't seem to be struggling with the handling of his car as much as he was before. He did get into trouble there, but he didn't lose the lead. At least not until now, anyway. As I use the speed breaker to get me out of trouble. And now, all that's left is to make sure that I stay with him. Hopefully. Even though I'm not exactly doing a very good job of that at the moment, unfortunately. Oh, don't hit that tree. Okay, I did not hit the tree. I'm on the outside looking in. I had to step on the brakes there so I could get a stronger exit. And that's precisely what I do. I get a stronger exit. And here's to hoping that we can do well for the rest of this. Okay, that works. Here's to hoping that we can get his ride. And he gives me a push. Let's see if we can actually get this done. God damn it. We don't get it done. Oh, never mind, we do. He screwed himself again. He kind of soiled his run right at the end. And that gives me another 75 grand. So once again, another closely fought head-to-head between the two of us, as I would have expected. And my top speed in the end was 217. Meanwhile, Toru's top speed was 215, with an average of 133. Meanwhile, my average was 135. Bull had 4 traffic collisions, and I had 3 traffic collisions. I was second for most of that race, until right there at the end when I just managed to thread the needle. And Toru led most of that race, but I got the win where it mattered most. and that was right at the end. I came back, and I won, with my Aston Martin DB9. Or, as some of you would call it, with my James Bond ride. Except for saying I wasn't driving the Vanquish. Or the DBS. I know this because I have watched both Die Another Day and Casino Royale. And out of those two movies, Casino Royale is clearly the preferred option. That's just my opinion, though. Anyway, moving on. Let's actually see if we can get Toru's car. I think it was this one I hit with last time, so I'm gonna guess it's this one. Okay, got another get out of jail free card, so I don't think we're gonna get this. Oh, never mind, we do get it. I guessed right. I get a get out of jail free marker, and I also get Toru Sato's car to boot. Cool. That is cool and good. Okay, now we have one member of the blacklist left. Clarence Callahan. Also known as Razor. We are very much on the razor's edge. And you know what? I think just because I want to save this game at the end of this, I'm actually going to read through Clarence's profile. Also played by, I think his name is Derek Hamilton, who's the guy who played as Clarence. Anyway, here's our description. Clarence Callahan, also known as Razor. His ride is the BMW M3 GTR, also known as this game's mascot car, as a lot of you probably know. His strength is, well, everything, and here's his bio. Razor rocketed to the top of the blacklist using your ride. Now he's holding it down and rolling the streets like he owns them. He'll do anything he can to give himself an edge. That includes messing with your head. Remember, you can't trust anything he says. I don't. So yeah, we're now at the very top of the blacklist. And it took me 31 episodes to get here, as he hails from Beacon Point. And this is his car, which he technically stole from us at the start of the game. And now we have a chance to win it back once we beat him. You probably know the drill by now. I'm not going anywhere until I have that car, because that is my car after all. So it's definitely personal.
How does it feel? It's been a long time coming. I've said everything that needs saying. You know what you gotta do. You've come too far to let this slip away.
10-4, Rog. So, we are done. Okay. Everything is Denver over here. And before we do anything else, we are going to head straight back to the safe house, as we are now 90% complete with this game. And ultimately, we have now reached Razor. So once again, we've got precisely 7 milestones to meet, and we also have another 11 race events to do. We are certain to run into cops in at least a couple of these. So yeah, there is that. And now, we are going to save the game. And I think before we get on with any more of this game, I probably need a break for a bit because I have other more important things to get through. So I'm going to give myself a break for about a week or two from filming, or segmenting I should say. But I will be back again once I have got my important work out the way, because, well, this is really important to me. So, I will take a break from this game for at least a week, maybe 2, so I can get through my work. But anyway, before I go off on a rant, next time on Need for Speed Most Wanted, Racing for First, Part 1.